Come on, come on, come on. Oh no. Oh, man, I used to never die on wave 5. I was like an expert at this game when I was a kid. Hey, nostalgia fans, welcome back to Growing Up Movies. And today I want to tell you a story that I hope gives you a little inspiration. It's about this arcade game machine behind me and why in this photograph I look so happy. When I was a kid, about 11, 12 years old, I was really obsessed with public machines. So like arcade games, soda machines, candy machines, anything that dispensed fun or something sweet. And I really, really wanted one in my room, which seems kind of outrageous. And it certainly seemed outrageous to my parents because I brought this up to them. And I come from a loving family. Granted, I was a kind of spoiled only child. I got a lot of toys, many of which I've been able to share with you guys as we explore nostalgic goodness. So they've had a new life, and I really appreciate that, and I hope you guys appreciate it. But in this instance, my parents were nowhere near getting me an arcade game. But I was driven, man. I was ambitious. I was like, nope, I'm getting this arcade game. I'm going to figure out how to do this. And they're like, okay, listen. If you save up the money on your own, you figure it out, how to get where the arcade game is, how to get it here, yada, yada, you can have the arcade game. That seemed fair. So I rolled up my sleeves and I got to work. I started saving every penny of my allowance. I helped out neighbors around in this neighborhood with their gardening and other chores. I even sold popcorn and lemonade near a park. And so it took me a few months, but I saved up a few $100. And then my parents were like, all right, so he's got the money, now what? And they figured, all right, I'll never figure out the logistics, right? Because remember, this is the late 80s, okay? I'm dealing with the yellow pages, arcade games, and the yellow page. There was no internet. Resources for 11, 12-year-old kid, extremely limited at that time. However, this is where the universe stepped in, and this is where you can put out what you want in the universe, and the universe will give back. As fate would have it, there was another kid in my junior high woodshop class, ding ding, childlike creativity. His father actually bought, refurbished, and sold old arcade games. So I just landed in a jackpot. I made friends with this kid and his dad, made a deal. Next thing my poor parents know, this sucker is showing up on their driveway on a truck, and it weighs a ton. So my poor father and these two guys who drove the truck dragged this thing by hand up a flight of stairs. They gouged the floor. They had to slide it on towels, get it into this room. It was a whole thing. I remember telling my mom how grateful I was that night. Like I had this incredible sense of achievement, and for my dad, I'll never forget him dragging the machine up the stairs. And even to this day, it's still like emotional. So it was quite a moment. And for a number of years, the machine worked great. My friends and I got really good at it. But at some point, the monitor died. It's old, it went on the fritz, and it was down for years. I mean, I think it was maybe almost 10 years that the machine was down, because during that time, I was a fledgling assistant in Hollywood. I was doing other things, but having quite an experience as a filmmaker, but not making a lot of money. And frankly, I just didn't have the money to fix it. So some time went by, and I had these original 1978 series, original Kenner Star Wars figures, Jawa and Sand People, that I had bought on eBay a few years ago at a lower price. I ended up reselling them on eBay for 4 or 5 times the amount that I had bought them for. It was a hard thing to do. I did not want to sell those guys, but it seemed appropriate. It was like trading in one Star Wars toy or 2 figures for another Star Wars toy for fixing it. And it brought the whole story, the whole childhood ambition story kind of full circle. This was in 2017. And in that photograph, I was celebrating bringing this symbol of childlike creative ambition back to life. So I wanted to tell you guys this story because I think we all have examples of this, different things in our lives, those moments where you set your mind to something, no matter what age you were. But when we were kids, obstacles seemed so much more easy to overcome. We just kind of barreled through obstacles. And it goes to show that you can really achieve anything you want, no matter what your background is. If you put it out there, what your goal is, and you put in the blood and sweat and tears and you put in the work and you manifest it. I mean, you believe in it. You got to believe in it. You will get it. I've seen so many examples of this. And just, I invite you guys to think back at a time earlier in your life, whether it's childhood or young adulthood, whenever, that you achieved something against all odds. And remember those moments and dip into that, access that now in your adult life. And if, where things are so difficult in adult life, and you've got relationships and you've got kids and jobs, but there may be something out there that you left, a project that you never finished, or something that you wanted to get, whatever it is, you can get it. Just put your mind to it and dip back into those moments when you were younger and you achieved those goals that maybe now seem so unlikely or so impossible, but they're not. They're not impossible. We all live in this matrix, but we can control it. We can control our own destinies in this adult life. And I really hope that this story inspires some of you guys out there to think of it in that way, because I truly believe that we can all create our own destinies, and Growing Up Movies, that's what this is all about. So thank you very much for joining me today. As always, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. I want to hear from you guys. If you like what I'm telling you, if you like what I'm putting out there, please comment, post, share, because this is all about spreading goodness and being a force for good and helping us through our adult lives as we dip back into our childhood creativity and nostalgic love. So thank you very much again for being here today. I'll see you next time.